Alrighty, we are doing a draft of my cube, so no time vault or demonic consultation in this one. And ooh, I've opened a flash. Okay, I want to say something. I've been drafting blue a lot lately. I feel like, especially in Power Mac, blue is a really good place to be. I'm going to first pick Flash here because I don't think there's any alternative. Passing Mystic Confluence is the next best card, which is kind of nice. But that all being said, I'll try to draft some non-blue decks here when the time is right. I drafted a Rakdos deck. It wasn't that long ago. There's also a Rakdos deck that turned into Grixis. But you got to take Flash there. Come on. All right. In any case, what do we second pick? So there's Torsten to go with Flash, and then there's Duress. And the only reason to take Duress is greed, pure unadulterated greed. What happens if I take Duress? Fiery Confluence, Subtlety, Occult Epiphany. Yeah, I think it's just too many misses. I'll just take Torsten. Torsten is one of the best cards with Flash, so there's just no reason to get greedy there. Oh, there's Oracle, but in my cube, it's not the same level of pick as it in Max because it doesn't have the Demonic Consultation. But I think I'm happy enough to take Dak Faden. I really like Dak in Flash decks. Same with Manifold Key. Both of these cards don't have the uber busted combo, which part of the reason I don't have them in my cube and why we're drafting my cube today is it's good to take kind of some breaks from always doing the most powerful thing, though that can be fun too. Here I'm going to take Gitaxian Probe. Really nice at letting me know the way is clear for Flash. Also just more cards that draw cards and cycle help assembling combos. The best cards in this pack, Moloch, No More Lies, Probe, maybe Urtai, Titania for some decks, but of course we aren't there right now. But tomorrow, next draft, we'll be drafting non-blue. Ooh, there's World Spine. Unless of course we open a Flash or a Time Walk or what have you. But let's just take World Spine Worm over Jace here, and now there's no tension here. We've got it all rolled up. I mean, I'm still excited to see how good the deck ends up, but in the first 5 picks, I have Flash, and I think the literal 2 best cards to Flash into play. I think that both of these are better than Atraxa. Atraxa has more combos that are good, but this is just perfect. Now, got to take Mystical. I like taking a fetch land. This must have been a very strong pack to have 2 of the best fetch lands, pick 6, along with Emperor of Bones and Mystical and Gristlebrand and Stoneforge Mystic. But I got to take Mystical Tutor for Flash here. All right, slam that and see the next pack. This one's a lot worse. There's a Goryo's Vengeance here, and had I taken like Gristlebrand, I guess I could have gone that direction. I don't really like Jar. A black-green-white duel is kind of the opposite of what I want. I'm only blue and red cards. I might just take Teferi. If you end up like a Jeskai deck, Teferi is just a good card. I'm kind of not a Goryo's Vengeance believer here. And then this pack, I might just Otawara here. There's a black-white duel, but white is like the least likely color for me to play. Black is fairly likely, because if I get Vamp or Demonic, that's pretty good. But I kind of just want to take Otawara. I really like having Otawara. Access to Otawara is really nice. Shifting Woodland, I'm starting to become not a believer of that card, so we'll see how long it lasts. In here, there's a Creeping Tar Pit, a Bayou, a Chandra, and there's Wishclaw. The thing is, I don't like Wishclaw Flash, because if you Wishclaw for one of the pieces, then flash in World Spine, and then they just Wishclaw for something, that doesn't always work. It is nice with Dak. I think this is close. I'll go with Creeping Tar Pit. Chandra is also pretty close. This could just be like a blue-red deck, but I like Tar Pit well enough. It's also kind of nice with Flash, where you Tar Pit to kind of like finish them off. All right, well, Duress obviously didn't wheel. There's Salvagers for LED or Lotus, Ren and 6. I don't really like any of these cards. I could hate something, or I could just take Sicarian Infiltrator. You know what? I'm gonna go out on a limb. I'm just gonna take Salvagers. It's fine. I think missing out on Infiltrator is so marginal. I'll just take the card that could be awesome. Oh, Gemstone Caverns could be nice in this kind of deck. I think I'll take that. And here, no one wanted Titania, huh? I'll take Waterlogged Grove. I actually kind of like Waterlogged Grove as just a cycler. And then here, the red-white land is the best. Talisman could be okay, but let's just hate draft a red-white land. I think Talisman's also pretty marginal. All right, great pack 1. I mean, didn't get that much besides the combo stuff. Oh, Simian Spirit Guide's kind of interesting. Last pick Liliana, huh? But definitely a good start. And oh, there's a Soul Ring. All right. You know, not the best Soul Ring deck, but that's okay. We don't complain about Soul Rings. Passing, also Underground Sea, Arid Mesa, Blood Crypt, Corpse Dance, Luris, but I'm just saying, a Mox would have been better. Still, it makes this Teferi a little bit more palatable. Just getting to turn 3. Turn 2 turn 1 Soul Ring, turn 2 Island Soul Ring, Plains, Simian Spirit Guide, Teferi. Boom. And here, oh, I just took Soul Ring. I'll just take Sneak now. That's a great backup to Flash. Sneak works really well with these. It does make me want like Emrakul or Gristlebrand is gone already, but Archon, but that's fine. We'll take Sneak. Soul Ring looking a lot better now. Over Ragavan, yeah, I'm a little lower on Ragavan than I used to be, and Sneak is so much better in this deck. This deck is not a Ragavan deck. Like, if Sneak wasn't in the pack, maybe I take Ragavan and play it, and that's all well and good, but this is much more of a Sneak deck. And then here, whoa, we got a pack here. I don't really like passing a Solitude. It makes me less think that Homunculus is not playing white, though, or less likely to be. I'm just going to take Lose Focus. It's a good counterspell. This card is not as good as Mana Leak, but it's closer to Mana Leak than it is, like in terms of power level, it's closer to Mana Leak than most people think. I don't think this card gets taken high enough. And I think it's going to be perfect. This is looking like, honestly, this Teferi is not even in. Though, actually, Inspiring Advantage helps splash Teferi. I didn't really think about that. But I'm just straight blue-red is what it's looking like, or at least right now, and just having a counterspell sounds awesome. I don't want Time Spiral. Don't want Talisman. Don't want to hate Solitude. I don't need to do that, especially since there's a Thalia in the pack anyway. And then here, I think I'm just going to take Stern Scolding. It's a good early interactive card. Counters a lot of the creatures that are annoying. I don't really need to I'm not going to splash Night's Whisper, and the rest is a bunch of green cards. Sure. Okay, so now there's a Triplicate Titan. Triplicate Titan is still in the cube. I don't anticipate cutting it soon, but it's kind of funny because Triplicate Titan is like, it's like kind of like how Atrox's great with everything. Triplicate Titan's mediocre with everything. It does work with Flash and Sneak. It's not the best with either, but I think it's good enough. There's also Inti and Magda and Shield Breaker, though honestly I'd probably just take Consider if I didn't take Titan, but happy enough to take Titan there. And then now, this is another interesting pack. There's Oliphant and Tishana's Tidebinder, and I guess Hallowed Fountain, which would open the Teferi splash. It's also Seasoned Pyro, but I don't really want to take a double red card while my mana's bad. I do like Tidebinder a lot. It's that versus Oliphant. Let's just take Tidebinder, and the reason is, if I get a blue-red duel, I'll be pretty happy. I don't really want to spend more resources on that. Or like double down on getting a blue-red duel. Because Oliphant without a blue-red duel is not that good. I think I'll take Lutri here. I really like Lutri, and it's so good with Soul Ring. Just, Lutri's a very powerful card. Passing a Deep Cavern Bat, it would be nice too, but I think staying blue-red is nice. Oh, blue-red tap land. See, Oliphant, not even the best with that. Though, if I get a couple more blue-red lands, I guess Oliphant would have been really nice. But also, Tidebinder is really nice. Another good card to spend Soul Ring mana on. Okay. Normally, I would consider Blood Crypt over Fiery Islet, but I don't have any black cards right now. And another blue-red land, especially a cycling one, is pretty nice. Ooh, now there's Manamorphose. There's also Flame Tongue. Flame Tongue is just like a pretty reasonable card. Manamorphose is nice with Lutri. Maybe I'll just take Manamorphose. This deck does not seem like it's really just not going to play fair. So Flame Tongue still can be good. Ooh, now there's probably just Blue-Red Talisman. Looks like thing. Accelerated out this Sneak. I just don't think this is a Time Spiral deck. Time Spiraling and then flashing in a Torsten or World Spine. It's just okay. I guess Bloodbraid Challenger is kind of the best card here, so I'll take that over Cankerbloom. Cankerbloom is good against me, but it's fine. And here, I'm just going to take Inti. Even if I don't start it, Inti is so much better than the other two cards that I don't really want to pass them. So I do like Inti. Arena of Glory is kind of cute, but you're not really casting any of these things. And Elvish Spirit Guide's not the worst, but I already have Simeon. I don't necessarily want another one. I will say, though I didn't like Time Spiral that much, Wheel of Fortune and Time Twister both look really good in the Simeon Spirit Guide Soul Ring deck. Oh wow, Troll's still here? I will take it. That's crazy. Okay, so there's almost no way Proud Homunculus is playing black if they passed that late Troll, and less likely to play red, probably playing blue and maybe green. I'm not sure. What do we got? Well, there's a Demonic Tutor and a Woodfall Primus. Demonic Tutor really makes me wish I took that Blood Crypt now, especially since I picked up a Troll. But I probably should still just take Demonic Tutor. It's just really good with the Flash combo, good with Lutri. I might get Woodfall Primus back. Actually, there's a pretty good chance because I have the Flash and the Sneak, and there's Watery Grave, Fury, Reanimate, Grim Monolith as like premium cards. Name Sticker, Fairy Mastermind, True Name, Life Death, Badlands is also pretty good ones. Not to mention Aragorn and Bauble. Yeah, there's so many cards. All right. I'll take DT and hope for a good wheel here. This pack is interesting. There's Animate Dead, which isn't good with World Spine, but could be okay with one of the other two. And I have DT. I guess I also have this Unmarked Grave. There's just taking Inquisition, which I think is pretty good. There's also taking a blue-black or red-green duel. Well, the red-green duel doesn't do much for me, though I do like Malevolent Rumble. I don't think I'm supposed to take Pyrokinesis. There's also Snapcaster, but this isn't actually a great Snapcaster deck. It's not like you want to Snapcaster, Flash, or Mystical Tutor all that often. Animate Dead also with Dak. I have a Creeping Tar Pit that could make its way in, and I have the Troll. Oh, Troll makes me want Animate Dead. All right. I'll take Animate Dead. That is pretty close. Now there's Wheel of Fortune and Atroxa. Maybe I just take Atroxa. Atroxa Flash is awesome. It's great with Sneak too, no doubt. And I like Miscalc, Iteration, Top. Oh, there's a Cogwork too. Wow, there's actually a lot of cards in this pack. Hold on. Ugin Wheel, Top, Miscalc, Iteration, Cogwork, Fire Covenant, Lotus Cobra, Soul Guide Lantern. Yeah, I think there's a pretty good chance I get something back there. And now I get to take Memory Lapse. Yes, and no one can stop me. Perfect. Okay, this is going well. There's a Pillage of the Bog that I'm probably not going to be able to swing mana-wise. My clean blue-red deck is now a Grixis deck, but I can live with that. Yeah, I would definitely trade Fiery Islet for Blood Crypt, but at the time it looked pretty good. Because then I would have Troll that cycles with it too. Probably just Gemstone Mine here. I mean, there is Toxic Deluge, but this deck's like pretty heavy combo. And I think I'm doing pretty well at comboing, so I think I can afford to take a land with a drawback. Oh, Thoughtseize? Okay. 6-pick Thoughtseize. Wow. All right. No one's playing black on either side of me if I'm getting last pick Trolls and 6-pick Thoughtseizes. Okay, some more lands would be nice. Yeah, I will take a Black Cleave Cliffs here. Shallow Grave, I already have another Animate. 1 to tutor for with 2 tutors is plenty, so let's just take more lands. I'll just keep taking lands as long as I can. Can't here. I mean, there's a blue-white land, but I'm really not playing Teferi. I guess I could take Skydiver, or actually Ether Spellbound's pretty good against me, and kind of an annoying card, just in general, so I'll take that. I might not play it. I mean, right now I'm at 19 lands. Oh, Watery Grave and Woodfall came back. Oh, man. Watery Grave makes Troll better. I have 4 creatures, and with an Animate, a DT, a Mystical. God, Woodfall Primus is nice. I also have Troll of Khazad-dûm. So it's kind of like a 5th creature. Let's take the Watery Grave. I don't know. That's pretty close. And then now I'll take a Zagoth Triumph. And now I think I'll have pretty decent lands, which is nice because now I can take Iteration or Fire Covenant. I kind of want to just take Iteration because it feels like this is more of a... Oh, man, having Fire Covenant tutor for, though. Yeah, I should just take Fire Covenant. This is a pretty heavy combo deck. Iteration is good in those decks, but... All right, now I'm playing 18 lands right now, plus Troll and Soul Ring, so we'll need another playable. It's okay. I just get an Ether Spellbomb in. I don't think I want Liliana. I don't think I want Inti either. The Woodfall Primus Watery Grave pick is very close. I kind of feel like with double tutor, and with a Troll to Animate Dead as well, I'm okay picking Watery Grave because that makes Troll into blue mana, which it wasn't before. There's a Cogwork. Sure, I'll take the Cogwork. I don't want any of these green cards. They're all whatever. I mean, maybe Sylvan Caryatid's like a little better. I might play Sunset Strike Master, and then I'll Cogwork the next 2 cards. Boom. And Fastbond. The word started to get out about Fastbond. All right, let's go build this. All right, so I still don't know about that Watery Grave Woodfall pick, and I did end up getting Zagoth Triumph afterwards, so maybe I would have switched it and Gemstone Mine, but I feel like this deck is really good, so having good mana is nice to shore things up a bit. I'm going to play all 4 of those, plus the Troll. I'm not playing Unmarked Grave. I don't think I want to do that. I put a triplicate type in my graveyard. Sounds awful. This is currently... I need another playable. There's Sunset Strike Master. I have to get one of those if I want to play it. Lutri is nice. Don't think I want Teferi. So really it's just, do I want to play Liliana of the Veil or Sunset Strike Master? I guess my mana probably supports Liliana well enough. Let's see, if I play 2 swamps, 2 islands, or 3 islands, and 2 mountains, let's just see where we're at. 1, 2, Troll does not get red. 3, 4, 5, 6. This is 7 red sources plus Manamorphose and Talisman. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 blue. That's plenty. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 black sources. Yeah, honestly, the only thing I could consider is one fewer blue and one more black, or one fewer red and one more black. Yeah, I actually think I can do one fewer blue and one more black. Okay, I'm pretty happy with the Watery Grave pick, actually, as it turns out. I don't think I'm going to main the Gemstone Caverns, but I will side it in a decent amount of the time. And yeah, this deck looks like a really nice little flash deck. I've got Mystical, Demonic, Flash with 4 targets, Animate, and then Sneak. For the Animate, I also have Dak and Liliana as discard outlets, and Flash. Sometimes you just like, you know, turn 2, you flash in, Triplicate Titan, and then turn 3, animate it, and it's pretty nice to have backup. And then for Disruption, I have Thoughtseize, Lose Focus, Memory Lapse, plus Stern Scolding, and Tidebinder. Yeah, and Fire Covenant as my 1 Wrath. Yeah, this looks good. All right, time for round 1. I am on the draw here. Okay, I mean, I don't know what I'm up against, so obviously I could have a little bit of counter magic or discard to be concerned with, but this is turn 1 Swamp, Simian Spirit Guide, DT, turn 2 Flash. Probably just for World Spine. Oh, against Forest? Yeah, oh yeah. Oh yeah, we are doing that. Okay. If I draw Soul Ring here, I think I can do it all, right? No, I'm still 1 short. All right, let's go DT. And I think I just get the World Spine Worm. You can flash Torsten, but 3 5/5s is a lot. I feel like it's going to give me a lot of... Is this an Elite Spellbinder? Oh, I was going to die if it was. Oh, this is a nice little start. Mox into Tracker. Into another creature? Oh, no, Cracking the Clue. Okay, that's more reasonable. Okay. There's Mystical. Well, I'm going to pass because it doesn't look like counter magic to me, and I think flashing in World Spine to block the Tracker seems pretty reasonable. There's also Mystical Tutor. I mean, maybe Containment Priest is an issue. I didn't know if they're actually playing white, but flash into World Spine. And I'm going to triple block the Tracker here. And I guess I'll set an upkeep stop, but there's not much I imagine I would tutor for here, because I don't have enough mana to cast Fire Covenant, so I think I would just draw for my turn, maybe put Lutri into hand, and then Mystical Tutor after that. This also forces Stas to crack a clue now to trade with a worm, and makes the guy's Cradle a little weaker too. Turn 1 Birds, turn 2 Mox, Tracker, Cradle. That's a pretty solid start, but turn 2 Flash is also really good. See, if only I was on the play. No, this looks really good to me. Solitude, okay. That's not enough. Why are we doing this now? I'm worried. Is this week our Cradle couldn't tap for more mana? Okay, the extra mana doesn't seem like it does much in the middle of combat, but who knows? Are we gonna do some? No? All right. I mean, solituding a worm token is good. I could still lose this now. I did trade for those things. Let's just draw. Oh, Memory Lapse. So I'll play my island. All right, that's really nice, because now I can Mystical. Not sure what I would Mystical for here. Maybe Fire Covenant. It does cut off a lot of mana, especially if Stas just plays another creature this turn. And then I can Memory Lapse as well. Let's see what this is. Hopefully it's just a dorky creature. Cankerbloom. Yes, that is a dorky creature. Into another dorky creature? 6 mana. Generous End. So this is, oh yeah, I'm at 25. All right. Great. This is gonna work out really nicely. And not much they can do now. So let's go Mystical Tutor. Let's go get Fire Covenant. This is why I took the Fire Covenant, is to be able to tutor for it against this sort of thing is pretty nice. 1, 2, and 7. Okay. Boom. Nug all your creatures. Get out. Okay. And this does give Stas a 1-turn window to resolve something through Memory Lapse, but I don't think that's the huge deal. All right, land. Now they're not just dead because they have the food token, but I can hit them to 5, lapse the next play, hit them to 3. If I draw land, I can put Lutri into hand. I don't think I'm supposed to put Lutri into hand here. Did bin the top card, but it's not like having Lutri here is going to be all that impressive. So let's just wait a turn. See what you got. Luminarch Aspirant. Okay. That's not going to stop this worm train from getting in there. Especially if I draw Liliana, or Swamp for Liliana. -2 it. And have laps up. Simian Spirit Guide did work this game. It basically was 2 mana because it let me spend my mana on turn 1. All right, got him. Playing against green? Well, I don't have much I can sideboard, so I guess I'll put in Gemstone Caverns. And I think over a swamp. That was the last land I added, or the last swap. I don't think I want Inti here. All right. Let's get in there. On the draw now. I guess I was on the draw before too. And feels pretty good to... Solitude's a little annoying, but I've got some good moves otherwise. All right, this hand looks solid. Doesn't have any of the combo pieces, but I kind of feel like Tidebinder's nice, and it's got some good acceleration, and it's got a cantrip, so I think it's okay, but certainly could end up being too slow. Not sure. Yeah, let's just play Zagoth Triumph here. Turn 2 is interesting. I could either play Talisman or I could just leave the mana up so I can Simian Spirit Guide to Tishana's Tidebinder. Interesting. Okay. Cradle? No, tap land. I think I leave mana up for Tidebinder because I can Tidebinder and block Guide of Souls. I actually can go Tidebinder to counter a Guide, making something into a flyer and then block it. So let's do that. Seems like a way to spend my mana that's pretty good. Because Stas could go like play a creature, make a 2nd energy, attack, boast the Usher, make a 3rd energy in response to the Guide trigger, and then use the Guide trigger to make Guide or Usher into a big flyer. And then I can go Tidebinder, stop the... Once you've spent the 3 energy, stop the +2/+2 from resolving. It does work that way. It sets up a delayed trigger. And then Tidebinder blocks Guide of Souls. Oh, yeah. All right. I kind of think that this is going to be that play. We'll see what Stas has in hand. Not attack with Guide of Souls? Are you kidding? Bizarre. All right, well, I guess I'll Tidebinder that. It's kind of weird because I guess it's to play around Balcom or something like that. Okay, well, I'm going to then counter you for making a creature and then block. I think that's going to work out the best. I don't love it, but it's not getting better. I was hoping to kill the Guide of Souls. Oh. Well, I guess that changes my plays. Fire Covenant is so good in this matchup. I spent 2 cards to kill Usher, which I wouldn't have done if I knew I was drawing Fire Covenant. Oh, that would have been so sick. All right. Well, Stas is on 3 cards with 2 lands in hand, so no play there. So that's not bad. All right. Let's start with... I think I'm going to be casting this troll, so let's start with... Because now that I've drawn Soul Ring... Oh. Put DT on top. Play Soul Ring. I think I'm going to Manamorphose... Blue-black. I think I DT here. I don't even know what to get, which is kind of the issue with DT, but hold on. Oh, I wonder if I should have... No, if I didn't use Manamorphose, I couldn't get this now, because I could get Atroxa. I'm actually white short of casting Atroxa or Troll or Torsten. That's really funny. No, maybe... Oh, there's also Animate Dead, though that's not looking so hot. There's Dak. You know, I kind of feel like I actually should have just waited and put Lutri in hand. That's what I should have done. Because then I could have double DT next turn. Yeah, that was not ideal. But I could just get Sneak and I have a bunch of big creatures in my deck. It's not a terrible idea. There's also picking up... I don't think Thoughtseize is what I want. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. But no white mana to cast any of my 2 big white creatures. I think I'll just pick up Sneak, though. I actually don't like how I played that. In retrospect. Okay, can't get a Surveil land, or at least that's the Surveil land we've already seen. All right. I mean, next turn I'll just put Lutri into hand, or just cast Troll, probably. Okay, 4 mana play. Ulvenwald Oddity. All right, that's fair. That's fair. Or I'll just draw a Troxa, and I'll just sneak a Troxa. Oh, or Triplicate Titan. Yeah, that works. Let's do that. Sneak. Sneak in Triplicate Titan. I think I'll sneak in the Troll as well. Oops, no, it's not Swamp Cycler, the Troll. That's not what I want to do. Sneak in Troll, hit for 15, and then make 3 tokens. And next turn I can sneak in Lutri. I mean, that might honestly be enough. Like, because right now the Oddity blocks 1 token. 1 token takes you to 2. So if Stas has any other blocker, that stops the tokens from winning. So it ended up working actually out better. I just DT'd for sneak. I don't think it was the right play. I think I should have just put Lutri in the hand. Next turn I can go DT Lutri it and get Flash Torsten, and then have enough mana to flash in Torsten. So, but drawing Triplicate Titan made this into a pretty strong little move. So maybe Stas has a Solitude that can kill one and block another one. So maybe attacks with Ulvenwald Oddity. Honestly, if Stas attacks with Oddity, I think I triple block. Because otherwise you wouldn't attack unless you had an answer anyway. Surok. All right. Need one more blocker to not die. You could also just draw a giant monster, of course, or a spell. All right, well, I'm going to put Lutri into hand. And I'm going to sneak in Lutri. And if, it would have been really nice to draw a spell or a creature there, but that did the trick. Whew, and that's round 1. Honestly, I just want to match straight up by drafting Fire Covenant. It just soloed both games. Like, it did exactly what you want against the matchup where it's the best thing. The white-green guy's Cradle deck, it's a one-sided Wrath for 3 mana. And it worked out pretty nicely. All right, time for round 2. Playing at kind of the mirror, playing against a Grixis Reanimator deck that has Force of Will, which is kind of annoying. Well, this hand's really good. This is the kind of hand where Lutri is awesome. So I'm actually not going to be probing on turn 1. I'm just going to go Mountain Talisman, Mountain Soaring Talisman. Turn 2. Oh man, this is actually tough. Well, see, here's the problem. Is I want to put Lutri into my hand and then Lutri the probe, but it's pretty nice to have Tidebinder up. Here's what I think I'm going to do as a compromise is they mold to 6 is I'm going to play Soul Ring. Honestly, getting forced here wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. They've done 4 cards in hand. And this hand, I mean, it's going to use the Soul Ring well, but I would survive without Soul Ring. Ah, they did force it. Nice. All right. And now I'm going to want to probe here, but I don't need to do it yet. All right. So they pitched Consider. So now I'm going to probe, because if I draw a non-Gemstone Mine land, that'd also be nice. Animate Dead. All right, what is their hand? Life Death, Swamp, Vamp. Oh, wow. Okay. If they have an Entomb or something, it's going to be pretty good for them. Let's go Gemstone Mine Talisman. I do use, is unfortunate because I did use a Gemstone Mine counter, but I think that's okay. I can't really Mystical for anything that goes with Animate Dead, and they apparently don't have a way to use their Vamp to get Entomb or anything, so I think I'm just going to pass here. I don't really want to pay a Gemstone Mine counter to put Lutri into hand, and having Tidebinder up could be nice. So they have 2 unknowns plus those. All right. I mean, is there anything I want to Mystical for? I've got a bunch of mana. I could Mystical for Demonic. I kind of just want to wait here. I think I can chill. Oh, Aether's Bobum is actually kind of nice. Could make some animates go a little less poorly. All right, here goes the Vamp. I also can, it's painful, but I could Mystical Tutor for Memory Lapse and then crack Spellbomb to draw it and then Memory Lapse using Simian Spirit Guide. They passed, huh? Dak faded. I think I'm just going to wait again. At some point I'll draw a land and then I can play Dak and have Tidebinder up. Feels like that'd be fine. I'll play Zagoth Triumph. I mean, they vamped, so they got something, presumably. Okay, they're just chilling. Oops. Let's tap it like this. Dack. Plus Dack on myself. If I draw a big creature, it'd be pretty nice too. Oh, Hole Breacher? Okay. Bounce the Hole Breacher, I guess. It's good to know about. All right, it'd be really nice to draw a big creature here. Oh, Stern Scolding. That's also nice. All right, so let's discard Mountain. I think Simian Spirit Guide. And then just play Blackcleave Cliffs and pass. And now if they try to Hole Breacher me again, I can Stern Scolding. Actually, what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to Stern Scolding it, and then I think I could potentially animate it and then Dack them. The only problem with that is then I use my animate and then they'll just discard. Yeah, I don't think that's good. If they have a creature in their hand, they'll just discard it, and then I won't have my animate anymore. I would have a Tidebinder. I think I'm just going to Dack myself. Let's see. Fire Covenant. I definitely discard Swamp. I could have also Mysticaled for DT, but it's just so many steps. Maybe I just discard. I'm just going to discard the Mystical. It's fine. Land, and let's put Lutri into my hand here. All right. I have a Dack, so it's kind of on them to do something, and I have okay answers. I have Fire Covenant. I have, they drew a land, which probably is good for them. I have Tidebinder and a Fire Covenant. The combination of those can answer a lot of Reanimator stuff. All right, there's a Blood Tithe. And let's just, I think, just take my turn. I don't think I want to sack. All right. There's Triplicate Titan. That's still on the weaker side. Shallow Grave Hole Breacher. Okay, I guess I'll let that resolve, and then I'll Fire Covenant these two. I don't really want to discard 2 cards and give them 2 treasures. There's Flash, okay. I could Triplicate Titan here in multiple ways. I could animate it. I could Flash. I could discard Lutri. Maybe I do. Yeah. There's 17. They have a Life Death in hand. I think I'm just going to discard Triplicate Titan and land. Oh, man, this is tough. I could discard Swamp and Lutri and leave up. Maybe I'll just do that. Swamp and Lutri, leave up Flash, Animate, and Tidebinder and all that. I don't know. I guess if they do nothing, I can end of turn Flash and Titan, and that puts them on a pretty fast clock. Yeah, it gives good optionality, and then I can animate the Titan if I want. Because they might be in a spot where they go like Life, Death, back, Archon, they go to 9. Yeah, and then I go Tidebinder it, or maybe Flash. I don't know. We'll have to see what they do, I guess. This is a lot of options in this game, I'll say that. That Hole Breacher tried to Hole Breacher my deck twice. Actually, to deal with it 3 times. Spellbomb, Stern Scolding, and Fire Covenant. Death on Hole Breacher. Death to the Hole Breacher. Okay. Guess that's fine. That makes me a little less concerned about their animates. And I can just not use Dack. Obviously, if they have like a draw 7, that becomes a little bit more annoying. All right, let's just cast Flash then. See what they have. All right, nothing so far. Triplicate Titan is out of here. Draw, and then, so it's whenever you cast a spell. Oh, Demonic Tutor, interesting. Though I think this is a spot where I don't think I'm actually tutoring for any combo piece. I could either get Thoughtseize or I can get Memory Lapse. Or I get Lose Focus. I kind of want to just get Memory Lapse. Steal the Blood token. Oh, they're leaving mana up. All right. I'm just going to attack them for 9 And then I have Lapse plus Tidebinder up, and that feels like that's a sufficient amount of stuff to do. It's like a Brazen Borrower or something on one of the tokens. That would be fine by me, because I can next turn I'll animate Tar Pit, and there's a decent chance that I end up casting Tidebinder. Bitter Triumph, paying the life. Ooh, that's a hard way to go about it. Okay. Then they go to 5, pass the turn. All right, I feel pretty good about all this. This is a weird game. There's a lot of different things I could have done. Not knowing their hand made things a little trickier. I like that Soul Ring got forced. Force of Will is a tough card in this kind of matchup, so got to watch out for that one. So black here. Oh, 3 mana. Necromancy? Okay. I mean, they can put a Triplicate Titan into play. It doesn't work very well because I can just DAC it and I just block the whole Reacher. Yeah, so I don't even think I Tidebinder here. Unless if they're necromancing something else. No, they're necromancing Triplicate Titan. All right. It's really not going to do it. And they didn't attack. I guess I'll just take my turn. They have an upkeep effect? No, there's Torsten. All right, steal the Triplicate Titan. Works for me. And then I'm going to animate Tar Pit and attack them. And I still have Lapse up. It's funny, I never ended up playing the Tidebinder that was in my opening hand. I could have even counted a Necromancy, but of course this worked out pretty nicely, so don't think I needed to. I imagine they are just dead here with 1 mana, and I have Memory Lapse. I don't really think there's a feasible out here, because they would need like a free spell and a way to force it past Memory Lapse, so yeah, good luck with that. Oh, and there we go. All right. I won the match? What happened here? All right, their Magic Outline just shut down. So we're sideboarding here. The mirror. I actually don't know if I want Gemstone Caverns, because an attrition-based matchup where I just don't know that, like, I guess Force of Will. Gemstone Caverns pitching a card to turn to a sneak and get forced seems pretty bad, so I kind of think I'm just going to chill as is here. Some thought of putting in Inti just as like a standalone threat. I don't think that's crazy, but I mean, I like having most of the cards I've got. Okay, yeah, this hand is totally fine. Watery Grave's nice here. They did mulligan. I get to go turn 1, just go get Watery Grave. Technically, I could go land, mountain, or mountain, Simian Spirit Guide, Manamorphose, DT, but I don't think I really want to do that. Again, going back to the whole pitching thing, or attrition battles, I don't think Simian Spirit Guiding this early is what I want to do. Triplicate Titan means I can just get Flash and then go for that. All right, well, let's start by just Swamp Cycling the Troll. Pick up Watery Grave. Draw. Oh. All right, I guess that's the way to do it too. I'll just draw Triplicate Titan Flash. I have all these tutors in hand. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to fire it off end of turn. Oh, what is this? Pentad Prism or something? Nope, nothing? All right, well, I'll cast Flash. If they've got a counter, they got a counter. Sadly, it was the weakest of the Flash targets, but it's still pretty good. Draw, land, and attack. And so I actually have a counter up now that I've drawn the 3rd land. Actually, I had it without with Simian Spirit Guide. I can Mystical for Memory Lapse and Manamorphose Memory Lapse. I could have also DT'd for Animate Dead, but I don't really think there's a strong reason to do that. Yeah, I just have that play on deck. I can just wait. I don't think I need to do anything too exciting. Oh, they're at 2 now. All right, let's Demonic Tutor. And I think I just get the Memory Lapse now. Pass the turn. Okay, if they just play no spells, it's going to be too difficult for them to win. I agree with that. Okay. I guess they got me. There's no way for me to hastily deal 2, but obviously I think they're in a lot of trouble here. They can take the memory lapse. I guess DTing for lapse meant that I can't do the whole mystical play, though. No, I can. I can mystical for lose focus, crack spirit guide, Manamorphose, lose focus. that is sick. All right, we got him. All right, got to go for the 3-0 here. I'm 2-0. My team is up 5-3, so we're doing okay. But a dub here would be nice. This hand is actually just okay because I'm playing against an Academy deck, so Fire Covenant is not incredible, but I don't think I'm all a hand with Soul Ring, Manamorphose. Like, this is a pretty fast draw, and don't let the Razor Verge Thicket fool you. Yeah, this is indeed an Academy deck. They have Mana Crypt too. Oh, look at this start. Okay, it's going to be a tough one, I suspect. Let's go with Thundering Falls and see if we can find some action. I could turn 2 a Liliana. That doesn't seem good enough to me. With Manamorphose here, it actually would work, but I kind of just want to find flash in a creature or a tutor of some kind. One thing to note is that this is a matchup where maybe having Woodfall Primus would be awesome. Well, no Academy at least. Though, lots of mana. Okay. Udawara, huh? Let's just play these lands and pass. Do I cycle Troll here? I could. Guess I'll see what they do first. Technically, I've got Fire Covenant up right now. It would be really funny. It's possible they have 4th Earlingus in their deck. They go like 4th Earlingus for 4. And they know I have Fire Covenant now, but there's no way they're going to guess that I could cast it in this very moment. And all right, it looks like no 4th Earlingus is forthcoming. Geez, okay, once they get to Academy, they're going hard. Let's just cycle the Troll. I don't think this is going to be a hard cast Troll game. Let's just get Swamp. I don't really need to get my 3rd blue source here. Okay, Sneak Attack is definitely a start. Let's just put Lutri into hand. I kind of feel like Sneak... First of all, I do want to leave up Fire Covenant because their best card from this spot is 4th Earlingus, and Fire Covenant actually would answer. It would cost me a bunch of life, but as long as I have a way to stop, let's see, they can make 5, maybe 6 tokens. That's 10 or 12 life. Stop all the things and don't give them the Monarch is pretty nice. But we'll see. If they Academy 4th, then I can't stop it. I assume that's too much. Oh, Forensic Gadgeteer. Okay. Into no plays. Interesting. I kind of want to just Fire Covenant that. They obviously don't have 4th, and I really do have to kill that thing. So let's do that and use the Spirit Guide. Okay. Draw. Plus, if I drew, that's exactly why I did that. If I drew a creature, then I'd want to sneak. So let's play Waterlogged Grove. I'm going to be able to Manamorphose here in a second, but first I'm going to sneak. Okay, and then Manamorphose into red. Sneak in Torsten. Oh, great. Now I get to sneak in Atraxa as well. All right. And sneak in Atraxa. And I don't have any other free spells to play, I don't think, but I think this is still pretty good. So I need to get instant land, sorcery, artifact, creature. So Planeswalker and Artifact are in already. I'll get Mountain for land, Demonic Tutor, and Memory Lapse. Boom. And then send for 14 and gain 7 here. Not a bad turn 4. Sneak attack good in this deck. And then I'm going to do some discarding of lands, I suppose. I have 11 cards. I have to discard 4 cards here. And I get 7 1/1s. So they're dead in like a lot of ways. I think I discard land, and just Lutri. I think it's fine. I'll keep Triplicate Titan. Well, they got to have something pretty good. I don't think fourth Earlingus even does it at this point. They can fourth for, if I guess they played Academy, that's 9 mana. They could fourth for 14. That would barely not kill me. That's funny. And they'd have to have Academy fourth, and they don't have either of those cards right now because if they, well, they could technically have Academy and that had nothing to do with it, so they're sort of waiting on it. If they had fourth, they would have slammed it last turn. So looks like we're okay here. I mean, we'll see what they've got, but I feel like we're in good shape. Dak Vaden is nice against them. It's one of my better cards. All right, a game away from the 3-0 here. This is a matchup where I do, in fact, want Gemstone Caverns, and that's about it. I don't think I want Inti. And Fire Covenant's not amazing. It's good enough, I think. All right, let's reveal this Lutrizzle here. Ooh, might be able to get this done in under an hour. A speed run draft. I think I'm going to keep this. I need to draw Mystical, Demonic Tutor, or Flash, but I have turn 1 Thoughtseize. Oh, into turn 2 Lose Focus. All right. So I've got some delaying tactics. Thoughtseize. Tinker, Reckoner, Bankbuster. Zernar. All right, I'm going to take Bankbuster. Because I drew Lose Focus, it's a pretty nice little way to go. No Mox. Mox Opal would be a disaster. Mox Opal or Mana Crypt. Oof, they didn't have it. And now they can Tinker, but I can just counter it. So I don't know if they're going to go for it. It's kind of tough because I just Thoughtseize Bankbuster and not Tinker. Like, do you just run it out? The problem is against a fast combo deck, it feels, I'm not going to counter that. It feels like the longer you wait, the more dangerous it is. All right. Stern Scolding was not an ideal draw. The problem is, and the reason I had to take Bankbuster, despite the risk of them drawing Opal or Mana Crypt, and despite the fact that Tinker's more powerful, if I take Tinker and they just go turn 2 Bankbuster, my hand is really bad against that. Okay. Now they're tinkering, and I'm going to cast Lose Focus on it. And hope they don't have a counter back. They did not. All right, nice. They have 1 card in hand, and I drew my Mountain, which not ideal, but let's just get Liliana into play. And +1 Lily. I kind of want to just discard Fire Covenant. Is that crazy? Oh, they like their last card. All right. I think I'm going to. The reason is Liliana can take care of most of their creatures. Oh, they chose to discard. Huh. I guess Mountain 4th Earlingus. Well, they're drawing top. Oh, get lost? Okay. Well, now I wish I discarded otherwise. The problem is I didn't want to discard one of my creatures because of Flash/Animate. I wanted to have outs to those. Let's just draw, because if I draw Flash right now, oh, Memory Lapse. I guess I'll just wait then. I can put in Lutri into hand at some point here. I'm not in a huge hurry. I've got these map tokens to use at some point too. Okay, so Stern Scolding is not looking amazing here, but hopefully they play something into it. And Memory Lapse obviously is going to be good at some point. They don't have a lot of resources. They used up a card on Zuran Orb. I do for one of them on Tinker. Sure, Candelabra is not too scary. Obviously it makes Library scarier. Oh, there we go. Demonic Tutor. Yes, please. I'm just going to get Flash, and I think I'm just going to cast Flash now. Put in Torsten. I think that the fact that this is a little bit slower is made up for by the fact that it draws me a bunch of cards. I mean, I guess in this case 3 land, but let's just play the Gemstone Mine. I'm just going to keep up Stern Scolding. I don't know. There's some random creatures that they could have that would be really nice to be able to Stern Scolding. And I can just play a tap land next turn and start using map tokens and whatnot. It just felt like with Creeping Tar Pit in play too, hitting a land drop is really nice. Grow Monolith, okay. And, oh, and I drew Animate. All right, let's go Animate Dead on Torsten here before I do anything else. That worked out kind of nicely. I'm going to spin the top now. All right. If they have an answer to this, I don't even think I fight over it because Doesn't change the clock that much. I mean, I guess by not attacking with Tar Pit this turn, I did reduce my clock a little bit, but... Oh, I hit a Tidebinder and an Odawara, so some good interaction. Finally, some good interaction. Map token, a soldier. Didn't really want to hit Waterlogged Grove, just kind of wanted to hit damage, but that's okay. Discard Blackleaf Cliffs, Zagoth Triome, Triplicate Titan. I'll keep World Spine for a sneak here. Got Night Scythe. Okay. I don't even think I Tidebinder it. It just doesn't do anything. Actually, what I'm going to do end of turn, I'm just going to Odawara the Necron Warrior. I feel like keeping up Stern Scolding, Memory Lapse, Tidebinder has got to be more than enough. And now they can't even crew their Night Scythe. They could play an instant here if they found one with top to play. Nope, they're done. And that's a 3-0. A clean 3-0. We're up 6-3, so I feel like we're doing pretty good. And we've locked up a tie, probably going to win. I mean, this deck, this is why you take Flash. I just had it all rolled up very quickly with Flash, Torsten, World Spine in pack 1. Picked up Triplicate Natroxa. Sneak as my backup plan was excellent. Enemy was just okay. This is why I wasn't like super high on it, but I think it was the right pick to take. I feel good about the Watery Grave over Woodfall Primus pick. I do wish I'd taken Oliphant and Blood Crypt instead of it wasn't Waterlogged Grove, it was the Fiery Islet, and I don't know what the other card was, but I remember it being close. It might have been Stern Scolding, it might have been, no, it wasn't Lutri. In any case, Fire Covenant was really good. I got to give an award to Triplicate Titan. I always talk, crap about this card. I rarely take it. It was really good. I used it a bunch of times this draft. So it was my most used target, I think, because I snuck into play and I flashed it. I guess I didn't animate it. I used Torsten. I mean, I used all the cards. They're all good. I also had Demonic Tutor, Mystical Tutor. So a couple tutors is really nice. That's part of why Fire Covenant was so good. It was really good in one of my matchups where I just crushed green-white with it. Dak, Tidebinder, Liliana are all solid. And then I had Memory Lapse, Lose Focus, Thoughtseize, Stern Scolding, and either Spellbomb too, just as like a little bit of disruption. And a Soul Ring, why not, right? Great deck, good Elutri deck, good mana, just really good overall, and we got a 3-0. So that'll do it for today. Join me tomorrow as I draft not blue. I'll set up the ground rules tomorrow when we start the draft, but I will not be drafting blue cards with some very small, Ancestor Recall Time Walk exceptions. So we'll see how that goes. And until then, stay flashing, I guess. Well, in Magic, just to be clear. I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. It helps out the channel, and you won't miss a single draft.